I am the person that likes to put myself in uncomfortable positions just to see if I'm going to fail or not fail. I believe failing forward makes you a better person.
Yeah.
So why not put yourself out there and do something you wouldn't necessarily think is a good thing to do?
Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Owens. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Unicorn. If you work at a place that you love, or if you're a business owner and you want to be on our show as a sponsor, for no cost, all you have to do is leave a comment with the name of your business and what you guys do, and we'll work you into our next episodes. Guest today is Cara Bose with KBB Real Estate. Yeah, you can look at any camera. You're only on that one,
though.
Okay. So, Cara, what does KBB stand for in KBB Real Estate? Because I thought it was going to be Cara Bose, or wait,
broker. Yeah,
you thought it was broker. Yeah, broker.
You're not the only one that's thought that. But K stands for Cara, and the two B's are for Brooke and Brad, my two kids.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There you have it.
And it's not like there's KBB, the Kelley Blue Book.
Yeah, which, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I used to look at Kelley Blue Book, but that's if you're old, like.
KBB anymore? There's no Kelley Blue Book?
I think there is, but I don't know.
We don't use it anymore, she says.
Yeah, we don't use it anymore.
All right, there we go. So she is a real estate agent. She's a broker. She has agents. Do you like Monopoly?
I love Monopoly.
You do? I didn't know what you were going to say. Yeah, you do like it.
Oh, there's not. Okay, so they have OSU has a Monopoly. They're all different.
Yeah, there's all different flavors. Yeah.
Flavors. Yeah. So I like them all. Like if I see a Monopoly game, we got to buy the Monopoly game.
Oh, so you like playing the brand new ones?
Yeah. Okay. Something different. Like I think there's a wine one or something.
She can't remember.
I can't remember because I probably had too much wine.
All right. So something that, these are icebreakers, but so answer this with one word or noise, and you can't use the same word or the same noise. These are some of the questions that maybe real estate agents get asked that aren't too fun to answer.
I know. Okay. And
you do know?
We get them all the time.
Okay, here we go. I got some. You ready?
Okay.
This was mailed in. This is from the mail, not email. It was mailed in.
Old school.
All right. Yep, old school. Here we go. How long has this property been on the market, and why hasn't it sold? That's your noise?
That's my noise.
All right. What's the lowest offer the seller will accept?
I'm doing an eye roll if you can't see.
Okay. All right. Eye roll. Have there been any recent crimes in the neighborhood?
There's an app for that. And you can look at the app.
Nice. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there is.
Why is the seller moving?
There's all different reasons sellers move.
Okay.
And one word?
Yeah.
Job.
Job. Okay. I was just enjoying hearing the answer. So, job.
Job.
I like it. Even if they're not, it wasn't job. She just says job.
He said one word.
No.
So here's the thing. The majority of the time people do move is because of job. I mean, it could be just across town.
Sure.
Because people don't like to commute.
Not in Oklahoma.
No. I always tell people
they don't like to commute or walk.
I know.
Yeah, they don't. 2 blocks too far.
That is true.
Very true. Go to New York and give it a shot.
Yeah.
You're walking.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guarantee that the property values will increase in this area?
I don't have a crystal ball. I never have had a crystal ball.
All right.
But I wouldn't sell you anything that I wouldn't buy myself.
Okay. I like that. How about this one? You're going to love this one. I don't even want to ask it. I'm going to ask it though. What's the lowest commission rate you can offer?
Oh.
All right.
Don't even ask that.
So it's
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Why are you a unicorn, Cara?
Oh. Okay. So I thought long and hard about this. Of course, I didn't bring my notes.
Yeah.
But I am the person that likes to put myself in uncomfortable positions just to see if I'm going to fail or not fail. Like I do anything that's not normal, like joining the roller derby team.
Oh, yeah.
Or
nice.
I went and got my scuba certification. I decided to snowboard at 45, 50.
Did you break anything?
No,
Good.
no. I probably
Good.
broke more doing roller derby. Take weird trips to places like Honduras, which is like the murder capital of the world.
Yeah, you're okay with that bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
And moving.
You just sleep in your, you
Yeah.
sleep with your gun when
Yeah,
you're in a bad
right.
neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's your
I'm really
gun and your new mortgage.
Yeah, there you go. But I've noticed that I believe failing forward makes you a better person.
Yeah.
So why not put yourself out there and do something you wouldn't necessarily think is a good thing to do? It's like I like to break the rules just a little, but not real. Like bend the rules.
Nothing
You don't
too criminal.
break the
Nothing
rules.
too criminal.
No
It's
criminal. No, I'm not a criminal. I can't be as a real estate broker. But I like to bend. Like, okay, where will this take me? You know.
Okay. Yeah, you like the ride.
I like the ride. In fact, even like years ago, now I told you I was going to do this Amazing Race audition.
Yeah,
I
that
tried
came
to-
up before the show. She's like, I have a audition for Amazing Race. And I was like, oh God.
So remember when
not ever want to do
Regis
that.
was looking for a new
I want to
Kathy
take my
Lee?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be rushed.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
sorry.
go ahead. No, as in for the Amazing Race. I don't want to be rushed when I go to those places. I don't want to. Right? You got to rush through all those
Yeah,
places.
that's the fun part. That's the
No, it's
the
not.
yes,
No,
it is.
No.
Oh,
You like that part.
I like that because it's like I might fail, but who cares?
Yeah.
And you do remember when Regis was looking for a Kathy Lee?
Yeah.
I sent in a video. That was a VHS tape
Okay.
to be the new.
Yeah, that's how we were supposed to do America's Funniest Videos, right? Send in your tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've always noticed that if I was going to say why am I a unicorn, it's because I'm trying to do something that's putting myself in an uncomfortable position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy learning. It
Yeah.
sounds like, yeah.
I don't
like
even
the challenge,
care.
right?
Yeah, I don't even care if I fail.
That's cool. There's a question for you that I had that I can't remember.
Sorry.
No, because it was all so good. I wish I could have it. Anyways.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. Yeah. Oh, I know what it does. It already came back. So on the Amazing Race, what if you have to eat something real nasty? Or are you okay with that?
I'm totally okay with that. I actually thought about Survivor. If I
yeah,
wasn't,
you remember yeah.
I would do Survivor.
Beetles, you're okay with that?
Yeah.
You're going to eat the beetle.
Yeah, I would eat the beetle. I mean,
You
it's
chewing
just
it or are you just swallowing
swallow it.
it? Okay, she's not chewing
I'm
it.
having
Okay.
oysters. We're going to, so I'm not a big oyster person.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm going to learn. You kind of can learn to like something if you. So.
Yeah, you can. I agree.
yeah.
A little, but
Yeah.
not a beetle.
Yeah, beetle. If I had to be in Survivor, I'd have to learn to like beetles. Yeah.
I don't know why beetles is. They always have
Did
that real big beetle
you-
and everyone's going to eat
Do you
it.
remember the movie that came out that was based on a true story where the airplane crashed like in the Adirondacks and
they had to eat each
and
other?
they had to eat each other?
Yeah, I think it was called Alive.
Alive. That was like my first date with my first husband, my only husband. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna say my first husband.
Did you eat him?
Would I eat him?
Did you eat him? You said with your first husband.
He's still alive.
Okay. Thankfully.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. Oh gosh, where it will go, I don't know.
I knew he was going to be alive because you said you were not a criminal.
Correct. I did not murder.
I knew your answer.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Real estate experience. There's two. Well, there's more than two, but the two that let's talk about the example of the smoothest real estate experience. Like how could it be?
So I just went through one of these,
Okay.
and I'm so excited. That was their very first home they ever sold. So they just did a long review, and that's what reminds me of how smooth it went. So they were going to sell in April, but they literally got in touch with me in probably September, October of this year instead of selling in April, May. I said, hey, I'm just, selling another home down the street for this price per square foot. I think we could get this, inventory is low right now. And, we had that like scurry in the last 2 years where there'd be on a property under 250, about 24 offers. Well, now we don't get that. We might get on a property that's really good at the most 4 offers, and that's a high end. So they were just, as we were sitting at table and conversing, they said, you have a team. I said yes. And they said, well, we only want to work with you. And I was like, okay. Sometimes my team has some really good benefits. And I didn't even know, but I said, yes, you'll only deal with me. So, but in the review, they said, oh, Cara, we only dealt with you. And that was one of their perks.
Yeah.
But everything went well. We put it on the market and we pushed the number. I said, this is best case scenario. This is maybe not the best case scenario, but it's still a good price.
Yeah.
They had no idea because they've never sold a home.
Yeah.
We came in right where they wanted to, with that list price. And within a week, we didn't get an offer, which I was like, I'll buy this house if we don't get an offer in a week. I was joking, but I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
So we drop it $5,000 and immediately we get that offer. Okay. Well, of course, buyers, this market's just shifted a little and they want some closing costs. So we were still able to get the original list price and sell it quickly. And then there was a VA, but it was a 1920 home. So usually people think, oh, a VA loan won't, that won't work with an old home. But this house, I am not kidding you, maybe 4 items came up. Like nothing big, like clean out your heat and air coil, easy stuff.
Yeah.
So buyer didn't even ask for repairs. Even though we're not in that same market, the buyer bought the house because he loved the house. He didn't care if they cleaned their air conditioning.
Sure.
So and it appraised with the man that was doing the appraisal, because I always try to meet the appraiser. He's like, I'm retiring next year, 2024. He's like 80 years old, but I had done deals with him because I save every appraiser in my phone. And we had a nice conversation. Well, he didn't have the contract, but it's still appraised. I mean, he was like, usually they go by they see the contract, but not always do they have them. And long story short, we just called him and said, hey, you got the contract here. But I came with the comps, everything, because it was top dollar. And it was actually in my neighborhood that you're going to film My American Dream.
Yeah. Okay.
And we closed right on time. So it's always good if you close on the day everyone wants it to close. It didn't get delayed.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, the lender kept me informed every week, and this buyer did switch jobs in the middle.
Okay.
But we never stressed out the sellers. The sellers never even knew there was a hiccup. But behind the scenes, that's where this value that people don't understand is we know and we communicate well.
Yeah.
Everything goes really smooth. And my team did work on this transaction with me behind the scenes. The sellers just didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's why when it was all done, they gave me a great review and reminded me that they only wanted to work with me. I always try to stay involved. So needless to say, we got their list price, we closed on time, and there was
no big punch list or nothing like that.
No big punch list.
Easy.
No
so how about this?
appraisals not coming in.
Give me a nightmare scenario.
So I get this guy calls me up, and this is... And one of
real
our
story then. So real story. So she's not going to make up a nightmare scenario.
No names will be divulged, but
you know who you are.
You do. And that time I was, I would say, 8 to 10 years in the business. So I'm pretty knowledgeable, but I learned to do something new that I never did, which is look on OSCN to see what kind of track record.
You do that now?
Oh, yeah. If you're a seller and I get a funny feeling that you're not being quite honest with me because you asked me just to put your house on the market for cash only. So I get this call. This guy goes...
And you do all things in life with how you feel.
Yes.
So you're like a human lie detector.
Yes. So I think so. I get to vibe.
Yeah.
Got good energy or bad energy.
Am I lying right now?
No, you got good energy. So this guy, this older gentleman who is probably about 5 to 10 years older than I am, and I had a team at the time, and he says, well, I want you to list my house for this price. This is a nightmare when they tell you what it's valued at.
Gotcha.
Then they say, I have dogs and I need you to come get them.
Oh, wow.
When my showings happen.
Okay.
And
Instead
one
of
of-
asking, I like the word can. That's always nice to say, can you?
I know. And I'm a dog lover. So I
Yeah.
would have offered anyways,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He was dictating a lot of things. He said it had to be cash only because it didn't appraise another time. So come to find out, this is the nightmare of the story.
Okay.
So we do get a cash buyer. And they actually walked away from $5,000 because they must have looked him up on OSCN.
Oh, okay.
So what I found out after the fact
Wasn't his house.
No, it was his
man.
house.
That would have been awesome, though.
He put about $150,000 in the backyard, and then he sued everybody that did work on that backyard. So there was a whole bunch of people that needed to be paid properly. That they filed liens, mechanic liens against the property.
Okay, yeah.
But he wanted cash because he knew he couldn't sell it, and everything
sense.
about it was a disaster.
Then it turns into like, no, you gave me that money.
Yes. Needless to say, I did get it closed with a cash buyer.
Oh, wow.
I found out too, when I looked him up on OSCN, he had sued the realtor prior to me. So I actually tried to fire him in the middle of the transaction. And that's when my team member says, Cara, I think he's going to sue you because you're under a listing agreement, which I knew that,
Yeah.
but I didn't care at that time. I was
Yeah.
so tired of having to deal with him. And the funny thing is,
I didn't even know you could sue a realtor for
well,
not helping you.
yeah.
There's some information
Don't-
for you.
Don't be telling people that. You can file with yeah. Anyways, the crazy thing is his wife worked in nonprofit. So you think, oh, they work in nonprofit.
You know who
Good-
you are, man.
Oh,
You know who you are.
he probably is going to watch this. And now I probably will end up in trouble.
No, you won't.
Oh, he
We're going
probably
to delete that, maybe.
Sorry, maybe.
It's up to her if we do or not.
Oh, gosh.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
So I want to become a real estate agent. Not really. But there's a lot of people that say that, right?
Yeah.
What advice do you have for these wannabes?
I say, give me your phone.
You
Ring, ring, ring.
Okay.
I mean, I want him to see, like, I'll say, hold your phone for a minute. And then I just keep calling him every 5 to 10 minutes.
Texting them. Hey,
And texting him.
Yeah.
Because we literally.
I'll be there in a little bit. Wait, I'm late. Hold on, I'll be there in a little bit.
Yes. Yes. People have no regard.
Wait. Let my dogs out. Let my dogs out.
Yeah. I mean, my advice is, do you want to have a flexible schedule that's not flexible?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah. Is there a difference between, because you help home residential buyers, right?
Yeah.
Not commercial?
I do both.
Okay.
I got a commercial listing right now.
So I just thought the other day I read something, and it was actually from one of our clients, but there's a difference between commercial real estate and, residential. So lifestyles are a little bit different.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people think it's better to go into commercial because the lifestyle, I can just deal with my clients between 9 and 5 on commercial transaction, and they respect that. It's a business to business, so it's more respectful. And it's not personal. So they're like, Carl, get back to me tomorrow,
Yeah.
And I am bridging the gap because those lines are starting to melt a little bit more.
Yeah.
As my phone rings.
Yeah, she's busy. You can take that deal if you need to.
No, it's Jan. It's my amazing race partner. She can wait.
Let her in. Let's ask her a question.
So really. So I'm doing this. I sit as the commercial chair for Oakmar, and I have on and off for pretty much 5 years now. But I've tried to bridge the gap because I went to a commercial.
What's Oakmar?
Oklahoma Metropolitan Association of Realtors. It's a local board. You got local, state, and national boards. But what's interesting is I sat into a commercial class like 5 or 6 years ago, and they said, to all you commercial people, you could learn a lot from a residential realtor.
Sure.
And then COVID hit, and they had to market their office spaces like we market a residential home.
Okay.
So the lines are blurring a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's being seen a little differently.
Yeah.
So
if you're in commercial real estate, you're still going to get a call at
Yes.
6 p.m. on a Sunday.
especially if you're in the cannabis commercial.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Time to take a break for our episode sponsor.
Oh.
Yep. All right, we're back. So let's get back with some business hacks. What you got a business hack for our audience at all?
Oh, that was where I didn't have my notes. Okay, so business hack. I thought about this, but I sleep and I forget when I sleep.
You sleep every day.
A business.
Oh,
hack.
never mind.
Business hack is have your phone. When I started, that's how I got into real estate. So the business hack is be fast. Be faster than the last person because.
And that's, in your industry, right?
Yeah, my industry.
I agree with that. The faster I get on someone saying, hey, we need some help, we got to get on it because if not, you can lose. They're ready. The momentum is gone, right?
You snooze, you lose. And my mom says you have to be in it to win it. Maybe that's why I like to try to get in everything because those are my some of my mottos. I have a lot of mottos.
What's another one?
No pain, no gain.
What's another one?
That's everybody's. I was a fitness instructor at one time.
I did not know that.
You did not know that. I don't look like it, but I really was.
I'd guarantee you're mean if you're a roller derby girl.
Yeah, well, I taught everything: kickboxing, step, jazzercise.
What was your favorite thing about roller derby?
Scoring points.
Oh,
through the pack. I was the jammer.
The jammer. Tell the audience what the jammer did.
Do I have to look at this camera? Look at this one. So the jammer is the person that scores the points, and they have to make it through the pack of like 10, I think it is, or 4 on each team, 8, because there's total 10 on the court. Okay, you have to make it through all the big fat girls that try to elbow you, but they really shouldn't elbow you. It's illegal to elbow, but you have to duck down low. And then somebody falls unintentionally because they're big girls, and you have to jump over them. But the jammer has to get around twice before the points even get started to be scored.
What was the meanest thing you ever did to a roller derby girl?
Well, an elbow to the nose.
Yeah?
Yeah, right here hurts.
On purpose?
On purpose.
You did it?
Yeah.
Oh, she's mean. This is who you want to be a real estate agent.
Or trip. Tripping's pretty mean, but I think an elbow to the nose is worse than you get put in the penalty box for that. It's like hockey. You get put in the penalty box. You do.
So just because you can roller skate, can you ice skate pretty well?
Yeah. I never took, I went, I learned to roller skate first. And then, my son would come watch my bouts, and then he became a hockey player.
Okay.
Yeah. He ended up being, hockey.
I like the 4 wheels. That ice skates hurt my feet real bad.
They do?
Yeah, they're not fun. Oh. I got fat feet. Life hack.
Oh, what was my life hack? I got to think about this. Keep a minimalist. Be a minimalist.
Okay.
Less is more. And I say it every time I go into a house that I'm trying to sell. That's my life hack.
Okay.
And in fact, every day, so that there's something that they do, 40 bags in 40 days. Yeah, like I'm always, there's stuff in my car right now I'm dropping off when I leave here because I get rid of
stuff.
I bleep, bleep, bleep. That's my life hack.
All right. Yeah.
You want to get more money
every time
for your
you
house?
leave your house, take a bag of stuff somewhere else.
Yeah, and you'll get more money for that house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Do you guys stage houses a whole lot?
I do.
Yeah,
a lot.
So, okay. Yeah, I was just curious.
I mean, you better if you're a good realtor.
Okay.
I pay for it if I don't think I can handle it. But so I'm constantly having to, get rid of stuff because I'm staging houses because I'll be like, okay, this is $500,000 house, but it only needs a few things. I can go spend the money, $100 or $200 and know exactly what to put where.
When you're ready to get rid of some of that furniture, you just bring it on by here because you want to get rid of it because we will use it for our podcast studio setup.
Oh, I probably have some really cute stuff for you, which, by the way, with all the things I volunteer at our board, we do donate to the homeless quite often. Like people that are trying to start their houses. I just took a whole bunch of stuff that I thought was a little dated, a table and some chairs. But I got some cute things.
I'm just picking at you.
Well, I'm more than happy to give away.
All right. So if I'm looking for a real estate agent, should I call 5 random ones and interview them, or should I just go ahead and use, my brother-in-law's cousin because they're family? Like, how do you find the right real estate agent if you're buying or selling, right?
So I do love if somebody's like, well, I want to help my family, but you better know that you're helping them, and they may not know what they're doing. But I really believe that you should do your research just like you would if you were going to look for a doctor or a dentist. So Google, you can't
Unless it's an emergency situation and you got to go to the ER, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't shop then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you can't.
Yeah,
But
just saying.
in real estate, Google right now doesn't let anybody just put a review. Okay. They know your IP address. So those are real, like I can't go out and ask 100 people because I have almost 100 reviews. I'm getting there. I'm going to be excited when I do. But you can actually read real reviews that people wrote that worked with the person. And they should totally, like years ago, there was no Google. So you would ask your next door neighbor, well, who did you use? Did you like them? So you're doing your research, but you're just doing it in a different way. So even though I'm older and I've been in this 20 years, I wasn't like, oh, I'm jumping on the bandwagon to be into all this social stuff. But I will tell you, people call me all the time now because of my Google reviews. And they're like, I'm so glad I found you on Google. And you are exactly what people described you to be. So
unapproachable and not friendly.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally But you get a real good picture by doing that research, and it's easy to do.
Yeah.
And I found that my clients aren't necessarily referring me, but I did say this. There's a girl moving in. She used to live here. She moved to Las Vegas. She was talking to her friend, and her friend goes, I think you should use Cara. Well, she didn't trust her friend. She literally got on Google and looked over my reviews and then called me and says, I just read your reviews, and I trust my friend now that she told me to use you.
Yeah.
So
hey, that happens, right? Sometimes you don't know about your own friend.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Common misconceptions people have about the real estate market?
Well, they think that they shouldn't buy because our interest rates are rising and that there's going to be a crash.
Think that they shouldn't sell
They shouldn't sell, but they shouldn't. They aren't selling right now with 2.5% to 3% interest. I have a 2.5% interest rate. I will make that property make money for me. So I will give people real advice what I would do in a situation. I mean, but location is important. Experience is important. So if you don't want to be changing beds every week, then you better not be, as we call it, short-term rentals. And even being a landlord isn't a good idea. But you should buy and sell when you move out of state. You don't want to rent out of state. I'm a big Dave Ramsey fanatic, and so I'll probably repeat a lot of what he would say, which is, why do you own real estate when you can't even drive by and see it? I just tried to sell a property with somebody who hadn't seen the property in 40 years, and he didn't take my advice and do a pre-inspection. So of course it busted because
nightmare.
It was a little bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or just a bad dream, not a bad.
Yeah. No. He's still going to use me when he decides to sell, but he ended up putting another renter in it because he didn't like what the inspection report had to say.
Okay.
But he should have had a pre-inspect before he lists the property.
Okay.
But yeah, misconceptions is it's not always that easy, and there's not all rainbows and sunshine, and get a professional.
The only place that you can see a unicorn is right here.
Right here with Jimmy. But what's interesting is people don't understand is like you might sell a house once every 5 years. I sell a lot more in, a week than you've sold, saying
your
so
whole life,
we
right?
do it every day.
Yeah.
We know all the pitfalls and
Yeah.
it's worth it. I don't know how else to twist people's arm.
Do you want to sell video production? I'm just joking. You're doing great. Okay. Well, misconception about buying a home and selling a home. I mean, we kind of covered a little bit of it just now, but.
Well, buying, you don't always know the areas. So I should have taken advice. This is probably why I ended up in real estate, right? I didn't like the realtors that
you were talking to?
I was talking to.
Okay.
They were giving me
What'd you not like about them?
I thought they were too old.
Oh, okay. She didn't like how old they looked.
Well, I thought they just didn't know what the trend was. And my daughter just fell into this. She moved from Utah to Houston. And I said, well, let me send you a couple realtors. And I sent her 2 of them. And she goes, they're too old, Mom. She wanted
Take
somebody.
note of that, real estate agent.
I
If you want to
know.
become a realtor, check your age first.
The young ones are kicking
The
my butt.
younger ones do better, huh?
A lot of them have
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of surprised, but they understand technology a different way.
Yeah.
And but needless to say, she actually was trying to push me towards Nichols Hills. I really probably should have taken her advice because look at what the value is in Nichols Hills. And I ended up buying in Edmond and then I got some other bad advice from somebody else. And so I was like, I just got to learn this myself so I don't keep taking everybody's bad advice or not their advice. So,
Yeah. Bad advice, but you have to live with your decision.
yes. I did buy my first home in Shawnee and sold it 10 months later. And that's when I had sticker shock that it cost me 6% to sell. Like I didn't have to pay on the buying side, but I had to pay when I sold it. And I was like, I'm the one that did all this work to this home to make it worth $25,000 more in 10 months.
Yeah.
And that's when I really said, okay, the wheels were turning. I need to do real estate.
Okay.
So
That
I have an eye for ugly houses. You buy the ugliest house on the street, always.
Okay. There's your business
2
hack.
cents.
Yeah.
That's my business hack.
Advice for someone moving out of state and buying.
Oh, they can still call me. I know.
Okay.
It's always I'm selling me, aren't I? No, just joking.
But you're
so,
but you're not going to be able to go see the houses. You're not. I mean, I know it's 2023 right now.
Yes.
But there's 3D tours and stuff, but they don't always.
So-
I'm buying. I'm going out of state. Can't be there.
So there's a lot of reasons why they should still call me because, here's the deal. You get involved with an agent that you don't like. You don't like what their advice they're giving you.
Or they look too old.
I knew you were going to say that. That it's easier for me as a professional to call them up and explain to them why they no longer they want out of their contract. Because you do sign a buyer brokerage agreement and then you feel like, oh my gosh, I signed this buyer brokerage agreement. And it's funny, my daughter told me that the young girl that she got connected to that I helped her find, she really found her and then told me who to call. Put her on a Zoom interview. She goes, Mom, she went for an hour on this buyer's Zoom, but she wanted to make sure that she hit all the points that they were looking for and wanting in a house. So there's ways people will like to work or not like to work, but they may have one interpretation and the buyer may have another interpretation, but it's easier to call me, the middle person that lives out of state, to fire that agent. You see? So I'm a communicator. That's in my top 5 strengths is communication.
What's your other 4? Do you
I'm
know?
a wooer.
Okay.
You know what a wooer is?
Yeah, you like to interact with people.
You win others over.
Yep.
That's what the WOO is. Are you a wooer?
I don't know.
Have you ever taken this?
Oh, I don't have no clue. I have no clue.
Well, I never knew my dad till I was 42 and found out he did that with his church. So there's a lot of strength
He
finders.
did what with his church? The strength finders
Yeah,
thing?
but there's the Catholics have a Christian version of the
Oh,
strength
okay.
finders.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either till I met him. He goes, "You took strength finders?" I said, "Yeah." And we both found out that woo was our number 1 strength.
I don't think it's my number 1, but I think it's in the top, 5 probably.
Or you wouldn't be doing this.
I don't know. There's just no one here to do it.
If I was here, I'd be doing it.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
I could talk all day.
Me too.
I know. We make a good team.
So whenever you get on Amazing Race.
We're never gonna make it on American Idol. That's the
you're gonna
singing
sing?
one. I
You're not
can't
gonna
sing.
sing?
I love singing.
Okay.
Every Tuesday, I think the realtors all get together and do karaoke.
You
And-
think she can't remember?
Well, I
again.
go, but I
Yeah.
don't go if it's every Tuesday or every month or.
She doesn't go if the bottle of wine is empty.
I know I can only sing once everybody in the whole place is tipsy because I don't sound very good.
What do you
And
stick
then-
with? What's your song you go to? Happy birthday.
No, no.
Happy birthday
There's a couple of
to
them.
me. Yeah.
Ones without a lot of words, like "hit me with your best shot."
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know. My voice doesn't even want to hit that right now.
Well, you haven't loosened it up with the alcohol yet. Yeah.
My other one is "You Shook
You got to
Me."
do a shot to get it warm.
You want to know
know
what the other song is?
Yeah.
I shouldn't even sing
I
it.
don't want to know.
They want to know.
They want to know.
You shook me all night long. AC/DC. I had this like alto.
Do you headbang?
Yeah, I headbang.
Oh, okay.
Don't let me
Look that up online. Okay.
Okay.
I like it. That's good. Well, any actions you want our viewers to take? Follow you on social media? What do you want to do?
Of course. I love followers, and so
send her a message. Tell her you've seen her on Behind the Unicorn, so at least she'll.
It's called slip into my DM.
There you go.
Do you know how to slip into a DM? Mm-mm. The first time I heard that.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard slip into a DM.
Like, because it's kind of the cool thing. There's a lot of words that these youngins that are even younger than you say. Yeah. But yeah, you can slip into my DM on that. No, but I'm on okay, you want to know all the social media things? So I got onto social media to watch what my kids were doing. Yeah. Neither of them are on social media. They like.
And now you're hooked.
I'm hooked. So I found my daughter when she was like barely able to drive down in Bricktown on Snapchat.
Okay.
So I've had
used Snapchat to find her and said, I got you.
I did. I screened. Oh, yeah.
Get out of this club. Yeah.
So Snapchat, TikTok, and even though, they say don't do it, I mean,
don't do it.
Don't do it. Then I do.
Don't do the talk. Yeah.
I haven't really learned what Instagram's doing with the threads. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that one out. But
me neither. I'm going to pass.
Pass on that. Okay. There is then, of course, Instagram. And so I still need to make my personal Bows Knows Real Estate. Oh, I changed it to Cara Bows Knows Real Estate. And that's because people don't know just Bows. Yeah. And so I made my first name.
And it's BOWES.
Yes. Yeah. Not BOWS, but I like to say wrap it up with bows. Yeah. And now I like to say Cara Cares. Yeah. I always like
changing her slogan.
I'm changing my slogan every day. I don't know.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to look for you on Amazing Race.
Oh, yeah. And then
I'm going to look for you. Is it for 2024 or when?
I'm sure. We got to first get into the casting call.
I think you got the personality for it.
Yeah. Well, Jan, the man from Alakazam, that's my friend. Yeah. I call her that. Yeah. Okay. She is super fit. Where I am not super fit, even though she says I'm her strongest friend. And we lose things every, 5. Okay. We actually have to put money into a bucket every time we lose something. And I don't lose important stuff. I lose little things like the keys to the car.
Okay, nothing little. I mean, nothing too big. Just the keys to the car. We can't leave. That's all right. I like a challenge. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah. They don't get lost for long. They just get misplaced.
Yeah, they always get found, right?
They get found.
I like that. Mm-hmm. I work in a little bit of the same way. All right. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you so much.
We gotta tell everybody that they have to subscribe and then make a friend subscribe, because I told Jimmy we will double his subscribers.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
So you can't just subscribe. You have to tell your friends to subscribe.